An angle.
I'll pay my bill. Turn the light down.
It's not at an angle.
Turn the light down.
Well, y'all would have to edit this anyways.
Do that thing. No, we're not gonna edit that. That's why. Turn it down. Dola.
Turn what down?
The light.
Aye, she turned it up. Oh
Sorry,
my goodness.
sorry.
Oh my goodness. There you go. Turn it down a little bit. It's okay. I paid the bill here. It's okay. Turn it down. We're doing good. That's perfect. Wait, it's a little dark. I don't want to say move
Yeah,
light.
little
Yeah,
light.
Wrong
a
being
little more
dark.
light. A little more light.
There you go.
It's behind the camera.
There you go. That's
there
fine.
you go. Doing good.
Perfect.
Doing good. You're doing good. Good form. Good form. Doing good. How's it
You
look?
hit the live button.
I've been hit the live button.
How's it
Oh,
look?
he's just talking shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Hurry up.
I said red eye, January 8th. I said turn the light down a little bit. There you go, perfect. There you go.
Yeah,
How we
shit.
look? Got a little black?
Do you ever?
Get out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Get out.
You want more light?
Huh?
More light?
Put the light on.
You do one more
Put
notch.
the light on. No.
That's cool.
One more notch.
All right, you ready, yo?
I was ready as ever gonna be, buddy. You got your agenda?
Yep.
You got your open question?
Did you open last week? I mean, did you edit last week?
Yes.
Oh, then I got something this week.
Yeah, this dumpster fire is all yours, Chief.
All right, sorry. Woohoo! It's great.
Is there a W in the back? Oh, there is a W in the back. Oh.
No W's for
My
you.
branded cups.
Oh, shit. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, 3, 2.
No, buddy. That's just a joint session. That's our practice. There you go.
Merry Christmas.
That's the background stuff.
What's up, y'all?
Let's get to a podcast, shall we?
I mean, we gonna turn this shit up. Yo, what's up, world? We are live. We're back. We in the motherfucking booth.
Yes, sir.
And we got visuals, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? It's your boy Oak on the mic, on the greatest podcast to ever touch your airways. I'm talking Neat Fresh Cuts Pod. Fresh off the Shape Up each and every week, 9:30
Yes, sir.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. New episode drops 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays.
Not Mountain Standard.
You know what I mean? Not Mountain Standard
I
Time,
will
not
say that
Pacific
forever.
Standard Time.
That was the funniest
You know what I mean?
shit when you tried to figure out the top for like 3 minutes at the end of that one show. What time zone are you in? There will be a show available at that point.
Oh, shit. But it's your boy Oak. It's Pete, man. We on the mic, 2-man show, but y'all know how we do. It ain't shit changed. Still here talking shit.
Fact, same vibes.
Grooving with y'all, man. What's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Yo, we really learned a lot this week, man. We were really on there with Dr. Shrooms. Yo, shout out Dr. Shrooms.
Shout out to Dr. Shrooms.
AKA Sierra. Sierra was on the show last week. If y'all ain't tap in, man, please go on everywhere you can hear
Yes,
your
sir.
podcast. Everywhere you hear us, man. Say, Buzzsprout, we over 7,000 downloads. Get with us.
Because
you know
of
what
y'all, man. Y'all did that shit, man.
That's a
Continue to pass it along.
I mean? We got to talk our
Message,
shit a little bit.
man.
You know what I mean? We
Of
got to be out there. But at the same
Of
time,
course.
though, we appreciate y'all support. So we'll start that. Of course, we end the show with y'all support, too. But, so Dr. Shrooms popped on it real quick, gave us the full doctor background, gave us the do's and the don'ts
Yep.
and all that of doing things that are above cigarettes. So if you want to hear about that, let us know. But yeah, no, I'm good, man. I can't complain.
Okay.
It's the last Wednesday of Black History Month, though.
Last Wednesday, Black History Month. First Wednesday of the Mardi Gras season of the. If you celebrate Catholicism or you are a Catholic,
Yeah.
the Lenten season.
Had the fast this week.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean, the ab's gonna be looking lit on Friday.
Hey, turn it up. Whatever you got to do.
The
You know
core's
what
gonna look
I
lit.
mean?
And it's not intentionally, that's all I'm saying.
It's
But,
National Margarita Day, so we got
there's
margaritas
a
in the
lot
cup.
going
You know what I
on.
mean?
A lot of celebrations. But yeah, man. So
And y'all see the Cheney gear on the live, man. We shouting out HBCUs, but specifically Cheney. We're celebrating our Founders Day this weekend on the 25th of February.
yes, sir.
It's lit, man. The first HBCU for sure. If you can't do your math, then I'm sorry to hear that, but
It's okay.
it's okay.
We'll help you out
It's all right.
because
You
at Cheney we've been
we
doing
got
math
you.
for a long time.
It's
And
okay.
probably longer than
Our
yours.
math be mapping.
Probably
You know
longer
what I'm
than
saying?
yours.
Our math be mathing. So we got y'all. It's all good.
Advocates is on deck. We got that.
But nah, man, we got a lot to celebrate. We got a lot to talk about, man.
Sure.
From top to bottom, there's a lot of shit that spills over from last week's episode to this week's episode.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a lot in the news in general. We've had the All-Star break. We've had a lot of nonsense from of course, from the celebrities. I know y'all heard, Jonathan Majors in the news. We're gonna talk about that. Marvel's back on the scene. We're gonna mention that as well too. But there's a lot, man, top to bottom.
You like that movie, huh?
I thought it was cool, but it was a setup movie. But we gonna talk about
y'all gonna stop doing that.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that shit. But just know, Marvel's not the only group that does setup movies, because I can run down the list of setup movies you probably have seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and I hate all of them. I hate all of them.
But we gonna definitely, we definitely gonna discuss. But we like to start these shows off with a thought provoking question or conversation. Yeah. My question for you, sir.
Yeah.
Just, we talk a lot about, I know you're a big music head, and we talk about that.
All day.
I know you're a big concert head as well, too. You've been to tons of concerts. We've been together as well, too. What concert would you have to go to be in your element? And when I say in your element, I'm talking about, I would hope it's a female for you, sir. It's a female concert you go to. For her to invite you up.
Other friends
It's okay. For her to invite you up on stage, and you gonna show the fuck out. Like, she done twerked it on you, and you about to show the fuck out. Who is the headliner?
Oh, wait, hold on. So you're saying basically, like, if I got invited on stage,
you got invited on stage. Who's your top
I forget there's
performer?
other people in the stadium.
Yep. I don't give a fuck. You came with a date. You don't even remember the shit. Who's the headliner for this shit?
Look. LMA, if you out here listening.
LMA.
If you say anything. Kaylani.
Okay.
If you out here listening.
Okay.
Ashanti. If you out here listening. I'm just saying, if you out here listening, I'm just saying, look, we appreciate your music, all that.
Yes.
If you invite me on
Fresh
stage.
Cut Spot support y'all.
If you invite me on stage, I might forget all the words. I might forget my first name. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if the beat drops, and you say, hit a little two-step or something, I'm a gyrate.
Listen.
We gonna get right.
My man said he gyrating. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I seen her. You know what I mean? Like, we're on stage wild the fuck out. I don't care if the camera's on me. I don't care what's going on. But I mean, definitely for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, just good music, good vibes, but also, like, you got a good beat. But also, just how about yourself, sir?
If I were to choose, of course you have your I guess your now artist. So her, holla at me, shorty. Her, listen. What?
He said her. That's her name.
Her. Same thing with you, SZA.
Well,
but if I had to choose an overall arching umbrella, Janet Jackson, holla at me, shorty. Have you ever seen her? Have you ever seen her performances when she actually brings the dudes up on stage?
Yeah, but I was only saying that because she's like 60.
Fuck you mean, dog? She still be bringing
you know what's crazy,
and niggas be leaving with a chain of drawers in their hands.
Bringing a change of drawers to the concert is crazy. Nah, you can't do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm gonna take that for, if you gonna invite me up on stage, I need to be a top 10 headliner, and I feel like Janet Jackson be out here turning motherfuckers out.
But that's like, but you talk about people like that, like Janet, like you thinking like how she looks, and you think like J-Lo, how long she's looked that well. Maya just had a picture a couple weeks ago, being like 40
Your Ashanti that you mentioned, like, yeah, they all
I'm like, what? Like, yo. And I was talking live. I just wanted to flat stomach. They have abs, bro. Like, they have abdominal muscles defined and whatnot. I said, damn, that's crazy. Like, I can't do that.
Yes.
So who showed their ass on the
stage?
So
the whole reason I'm bringing this conversation up, there's been a trending conversation and topic on Twitter and Instagram, talking about the disrespect of women. And I guess this can kind of go both ways, however you decide to look at it.
Of course.
But there was a woman who, I guess, screenshotted her and her man's conversation because she decided to jump up on stage after Division invited her up. Those who don't know Division, DVSN, if some of y'all say it that way.
Okay.
But she showed her ass. She was out there twerking on a handstand for the man, bent all the way
on him or just on the stage?
Oh, no, on him.
Oh.
Like I'm talking about full blown, give me a wall without the wall type shit.
Can't do that.
Yeah. So
the Canada Contra what to do though.
Well, I think she went with her girlfriends, but she posted the video, so now social media got the video. So her man responded to her after he seen the video and was like, guess you had a good time shaking your ass on the dude who was performing. And that's what literally set the shit off. So then Twitter was in an uproar. Y'all know how Black Twitter gets. You got the half split side. You got the split side of talking about, oh girl, live your life. I'm living vicariously through you. Da 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 da. And then you got the other motherfuckers like, oh, that's fucked up. You shouldn't be out here showing your boyfriend off like that. Like XYZ. So that's been an uproar in the Black Twitter. How do you feel about that? Like, you got, I know you're single right now, but you got shorty. I don't know how long they've been dating. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, for just the hypotheticals, you've been dating for at least 3+ years at this point in time, right? You got 3+ years is a decent investment because it takes a while.
Listen, I know 3 years in a relationship?
At least 3 years. At least
you can't do this.
Minimum 3 years.
You can't do that.
You go on Twitter and you see your shorty busting it on a handstand for division.
I'm sliding on the wall in the shower, punching the air. I'm throwing up. I'm sick. I'm listening to sad ass love songs. She's gone. Okay. What did you just say? She for the streets. Like you on what? Yo, you on social media wilding. I can't go to the Applebee's downstairs. Like, you know, the local people be like, oh, you was yeah, okay. I
know how you are with music. Are you still listening to Division after that? Is it
hell no? What?
Is
no. I have something against this man for the rest of my life. You took my girl from me, sir. Like, and it's funny. Like, you always like. I remember being in relationships like that. Like, you know, you always joke with somebody, be like, "Who is somebody that you cheat on me with?" And not like we don't condone cheating on her.
Right.
But I'm saying like, yo. Actress,
if he or she walked through that doorway,
was, I mean, singer, dance, whoever the hell, and was like, and most times you say somebody famous, see some whatever, and most times you like, yeah, like, I see that, all right, cool, like, you know, you look at your girl, be like, yeah, you know, shorty pull up on me, I mean, that's rap, it's been real, you did a good job, you know what I mean, but like, in real life though, that's not acceptable, like, we don't care, like that girl be like, oh, if Denzel pulled up on me. Bet. And if Denzel pull up on you, better mind your fucking business. Are you tripping? Are you dumb? I can't sit here and act like it would be cool. Like, well, you did tell me before that you would cheat on me with Denzel. No,
but this is like I get it, but yeah, I can.
Now
understand.
imagine like you meet. Imagine here, y'all been talking for like 2-3 months. She's like, yeah, I'm going to Costco with my friends. 2-3 months, you mad?
In 2-3 months?
Yeah,
I'm dating her with 2-3 months.
You been talking like 2-3 months. Yeah. You mad at 2-3 months?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I feel like that's still early.
I feel like you joke about that, but like for example, like all right, cool, you go to the concert, boom. If I went to the concert with my girl, even if I didn't go with my girl, so first of all, if I took a video of that, that's for me. That's for me.
Okay.
That's not being public. I can't.
Well, that's you personally, but you know everybody else and their mom gonna have that video.
I punch my friends in the face, directly in the throat.
I mean, but you can't control everybody else.
Oh, I mean,
at some point that video, you know how social media move. At some point that video will hit the web.
So at that point, I mean, if somebody was like, "Oh, look at this random person who's at the concert," and it's like, "Oh, wait, is that picture of the dog on Instagram?"
Nigga, you know, between the two of us, we know too many people. So,
but I feel like at a certain point in a relationship, you just. It's out the window. Like you just really can't. I mean, unless they're cool. You gotta have that conversation, that vibe, and again. But at the same time, though, let's spin it back. You have a one-time chance. I think can you go on a stage? Yes. Do you have to bust it open? Do you have to, throw it back? Like, I mean, could you do just a little cute wine next to
Did you see the video?
Nah, a little elbow lock.
Listen, y'all gotta see the video. Listen,
right?
Y'all own spiritual world. You know what I'm saying?
But
she was doing a little grind action. You know what I'm saying? He had a little hand cocked back, little.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I'm not in love with that. I'm not in love with that as a man. I'm not in love with the fact that man with a lot more money than me was smacking my girl's ass on the stage. I can't do it. Like, look, that was a little, but see, that wasn't terrible.
Okay.
Because you could do that on a random nigga on a Friday in a club somewhere.
Right.
And would I be upset at that? I mean, again, that was a different. I mean, we had that on the show before. Like, oh, if your girl went out with her girls, like, cause she grinding, other people would talk about that. Look, as long as you're not, doing the craziness.
Yep.
Like, all right, you know, whatever. But I mean, I didn't say come home with his number and text him about how he thought about it.
I think it's a respect.
But because he's rich, I think it's a problem.
I also
he's
think
famous.
I also think it's a respect factor. And it depends on where you and your lady, or for women, you and your man are in your relationship, right?
Sure.
So it's a respect factor. I think if you are in that first 2 to 3 months, I don't think this is as big of an issue. But if you reach that 3+ year mark, like, what's that level of respect look like? Like, are you comfortable with your dude leaving and going out to party with his boys and being able to grind on any woman he sees? Are you comfortable with you being home and your chick goes out with her girlfriends and they out here buying sections or getting free sections because most women don't buy sections. Getting free sections to the next nigga who got a bag and inviting them over and then doing XYZ and potentially busting it open on a handstand. What is your level of comfortability in your relationship? And I think that's what and respect and what it comes down to.
Now you're on the other side of the spectrum. Let's say you've been married for 40 years. Mm-hmm. Your girl's like, yo, I'm going to this Earth, Wind, and Fire concert.
I'm sliding with you.
She gets invited on stage.
I'm sliding with you.
She shakes it real quick for the fifth member, the drummer bull. Not even the guitar bull, not the the drummer bull. 40 years in the game.
I think 40 years you've built a solid base.
So there's a period in the relationship. Yeah. You're like, going up the stage.
You good. Because
Come on down.
I can't find the comment. I was trying to go through the comment. Like, somebody made a really good comment.
Yeah.
And was saying, like, it really depends on where you are in your relationship as far as the time period.
Sure.
Because once you reach a certain point whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, whatever that looks like for your relationship.
Okay.
There's a point in time where it's just like, I know that my shorty's going to go up there and have fun, but this motherfucker don't have access to what the fuck I got access to. Right? So I know,
but I know he may have thought about it.
He might have, but that is not my problem. She can go in and twerk a little something, make his dick hard, but I know at the end of the night, she coming back and I'm beating that fucking bricks out.
But remember we was talking about a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago at this point now, but talking about Chris Brown with the $1,000, meet and greets.
Mm-hmm. So
Shorty bought a meet and greet and you saw that video. There's no video in the meet and greet.
Right.
Are you nervous?
I mean, low key, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a man at the end of the day. Fuck did you do? Because I know Chris Brown said no photos.
What part of him did you meet? Did you greet all of him or just his face? Let me know.
I ain't gonna lie. As a man, like that's something that goes through your mind, but also and back to my point, depending on where you are in your relationship and how many years you have invested, I think some of that kind of takes a back seat where it's like, yeah, we've been together for 30 plus years.
All right.
I know this nigga. She might twerk a little something, do whatever. But I know this nigga ain't got the same type of access to my woman the same way I do.
Yeah,
shit.
But the social media part, and this is again the social media part adds a different perspective to all of it, and I just feel like it's kind of like
it's heightened though.
Yo, but that's
social
like,
media.
Damn,
social media is always.
Hey, bro, ain't your girl on a hot new hip hop right now? Twerking it on it. That's a different vibe than you saying, hey, he invited me on stage. I should be like, here's the video, babe. Like, kind of show you what's going on. You probably don't feel as bad, but like when it's on the social media, when it's on like, I don't know what page that was on, things like that, like, you kind of feel a different way about it. Because, people kind of teeing off on it. Maybe you see people they kind of like, damn, bro, you still with her? Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I think that affects a lot of things too. And I feel like a lot of people's relationships are affected by social media too. A lot of people move and do certain things because social media said,
yeah.
Or because that's the cool thing to do.
Or
because, you're not a man if you want to do da-da-da-da. Well, you see that 10,000th comment that says that, now all of a sudden you kind of like, damn, maybe she did disrespect me. When at first, you were okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, because she didn't mean any harm, she didn't do anything by it. Because at the same time, if Janet Jackson invited you on stage, she was gonna lock you up to that board with your hands and do all that. And you was just gonna try to get life.
Tee off right quick, man. Listen,
tried to shed a tear of joy.
It really just boils down to where you are in your relationship and how, I want to use the word comfortable, but how meaningful that relationship is to you all. And that's what's really going to determine it. Yeah. Because if you are, let's say hypothetically speaking to your example, you are married 30 plus years, okay, but the shit still pops up on Instagram. I don't think that would still affect you the same way at year 30, the same way it affects you at year 2. It's a different situation.
I would hope on the health of your relationship that it doesn't.
Right.
I would hope that your relationship matures the same way as y'all. A 20-year difference? That's what y'all better not be arguing about the same shit from year 1 to year 2.
So I think as you kind of go, like, the maturity level of the relationship is, I guess, will suggest whatever the outcome is. Yeah. How you respond or how she responds or whatever that looks like.
100%. That's. I ain't
gonna lie. My favorite comment though was like the boy comment on the shit is like, I'm praying for dude. I bet he ain't eat all day.
Sick of your stomach, dog.
Sick as hell. You go in there and see your
imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like that little moment of time before you get to work, like before you really start sending texts out, emails out. Yeah. You wake up What's the first thing you do?
You go on social media.
You go on a little social media, maybe a little Instagram, maybe a little Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows the first thing you do. They're not doing no work emails. Come on, stop playing. You're not calling anybody at 7, 8 a.m. You bleary eyed, can't even really see. Checking what message you missed at 1 o'clock, somebody responding to your video, da. You don't want to see your girl twerking on Division at 7:30 a.m. bleary eyed. You ain't even brush your teeth yet.
That's the very last thing I'm trying to.
You got the yuck mouth breath still. I mean, you didn't get the bed shit, and that kind of shit will keep you in the bed for the rest of the day. It'll have you calling out.
You were absolutely right.
It'll have you punching the air in the shower. That's a fact. Like you will be punching the air in the shower. That's a guarantee. So. That's wild.
Yeah, like I said, man.
But I feel we agree on that shit though. Like,
no, of course. It really depends on where you are in a relationship, how secure you are with your significant other.
Now you're prime with the opportunity. You're prime to go up on the stage, and she's like, "Yo, what's up?" I mean, she starts, wilding. You know what I mean? Because it's different for us. Mm-hmm. And mind you, they gonna grind. She grinds on them. Yep. They grind on us. So Janet Jackson invites you on the stage. You 3 or 4 years into your relationship, right? Boom. She starts whining, backing up on you. Mm. What do you do?
I mean, I'm on stage. I don't really know if I'm doing too much. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like, would you tell Janet Jackson to chill?
You 3 years in? Would you? This is your relationship.
Personally,
you could be on Instagram.
You're right. I might be on Instagram. But guess what?
As soon
as I get off the stage, honey, let me tell you what the fuck just happened, because you probably gonna see this shit on social media. So, boom, boom, boom.
Let's put it this way. I hope. I pray on the people watching this. I pray on the people listening to this. Yes. I pray on us. I pray on you. I pray on me. That our soulmate understands the situation.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you have to be an understanding individual.
And handles it as respectfully as they can. If your favorite male artist and you get invited on stage and you decide to hit a wine one time, don't hit it 3 times. Just hit it once. I'm okay with once. 3 times you gotta have a conversation. If Janet Jackson, if Kehlani, you said SZA, there's a list. If they decide that I'm the man for the song, understand it was only one song.
She invited me.
I didn't go back.
I couldn't say no.
You could.
You could, but would you want to?
But you did. And you called promptly after.
I gave you the play-by-play before you see this shit on IG.
Hey, yo, I'm just letting you know right now. Spiritual Word, hot hip-hop.
Yes.
World Star. They're going to be bugging the fuck out. I'm letting you know right now.
Any and everybody going to be on that shit.
I immediately left the stage after the song. I don't care what that 50 seconds look like. I promise you I was only up there for 30. So there you go. And that's that. You know what I mean? So,
shit. All right, well, I think that's a nice little thing. So we were talking about age. Do you feel like you've reached the age?
No. Whatever it is. Dead ass, I don't even know what age anymore.
No, that's fine.
Nothing.
Do you feel like you have officially reached the age where you hate loud and unnecessary noise?
In certain situations, yes.
Like
oh
what?
My God.
Like what?
Yeah, like I don't. Yo, all right, bang. You ever went out with your clearly you went out with us, right?
Right.
Boom. Blasting music in the car on the way home.
Mm-hmm.
Still vibing from the party.
Right.
You get ready to go to work tomorrow. Turn the music. You're like,
hey, yo, why is this shit so fucking loud?
Yeah.
Who the fuck? You guys are, who the fuck was in here?
Yo,
and you're like, oh wait, my bad.
That's the first one I think about. I get in the car, I'm like, yo, like, shit, like it's.
Yeah.
I got shit to do today. Like, calm down. Like, yeah, I think of that. Like, you used to like sit on a block somewhere and like blast music. Mm-hmm. That was like a thing to do. I don't do that anymore. I think maybe because too many people be like, getting violated on blocks nowadays. But I don't know. It's just like, like when things are too loud, or like, for example, you ever been in a room somewhere too many people are talking?
Yo, that was my example. And it's like, yo, why the fuck? In your head you're like, why the fuck is it so loud? But also at the same time, I was like, I need to get the fuck away from here.
Meanwhile, like it's a place where people are supposed to be talking.
Right.
Like I'm here, like, yo, everybody's here talking to each other as if there's not separate conversations going on. Like they mind their business. Yeah, no, I don't like that.
No, I was definitely in a Applebee's recently, and my watch told me I was. The decibels was too high, and I was like, yeah, I need to get the fuck about it. And it wasn't. Before my watch went off, I was like, yeah, this shit's like mad loud. There was people like yelling at the bartender, people yelling their orders to the. I was like, This is just a lot going on.
No,
Let me take my shit with me.
I went to a restaurant recently, and essentially was getting some food, and like the waiter sat us at a table, and the window was crazy. Like the window had like stupid light coming through. Like it was whatever angle it was really, really bright. He was like, "Hey, you want to set this other table?" I was like, "All right, cool." And we were sitting next to like this little I don't know what party it was. Little 5-6 people. They were like yelling. Like they were like, again. We usually think of usually it's our people. This time it was not our people. Mm-hmm. But it's laughing, joking. Like, I'm not saying we haven't been those people in a place somewhere. And I'm not saying you can't vibe out, but it was a little extra. I was like, dang, y'all loud as like
what y'all gotta be yelling? Y'all next to each other.
I say that all the time. I'm like, y'all right here.
Y'all next.
We all right here together. Like, we all right there together. Like, it is what it is. So I'm saying, like, it was just kind of funny that way. But yeah, I definitely feel that way. And for the last few years. It's like my 30s thing. Like, I feel like at 28. I was like,
listen, certain things
let's bring it down.
Up. Let's bring it down a couple decibels.
I don't sit near the speakers in the club anymore, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, no.
That's a wrap.
No.
I probably stopped that at 26 though.
But between that and concerts too, like
Concerts be too loud?
I feel like certain concerts, depending where you're standing, I'm like, this is awkwardly loud for no fucking reason. and then I'll leave and I'm like, I should have wore fucking earplugs.
Yo. As much as I like certain artists, things like that, there's a certain level of me that I don't like being near the stage. I don't. I think there's a certain panic of what is happening behind me. Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, you also think, like, when people push forward, like, they kind of rush you and stuff like that. So, like, kind of question, I've seen, like, some crazy situations. But also, I'm just like, their speakers are right there to blast for everybody else. I'm like, I don't want to be standing in front of a speaker. I did that for one concert. It was the worst idea I ever did. I enjoyed the concert. Mm-hmm. But when I see my ears were ringing, I swear, for like a day.
I would say this should be ringing for a fucking day.
I couldn't hear shit. Like, it was crazy. It was like I had swimmer's ear. Like, that shit was
about
horrible.
to say, you got swimmer's ear, you ain't even been in the pool.
Right, I was like... This was not designed.
You sitting there trying to pop your ears, shit ain't working, like...
Can't pop deafness. You lost your hearing. You're going downhill. Can't pop that shit. You can over here chewing gum on the way out. They ain't gonna save you, Chief. This ain't an air ride, buddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, there are certain places, certain situations, concerts especially, where I'm just like... I don't really need to be next to the stage.
But I still really like concerts.
Oh, of course, I will never not go to a concert.
Yeah, I mean,
I just need to figure out how to disperse where I'm at on the floor, so I'm not right next to the goddamn speakers. That's the biggest thing. I saw that shit on Twitter. I was like, I feel that way. Like, I feel like there's certain places, certain situations where I'm at, where it's just like, why are we so loud right now? Like, why the fuck is it so loud? Why are we yelling at each other? The restaurants is definitely one of them. Like, I be looking at people like, you are next to one another. Like, why are you yelling for the next person at the next table? Like, no, we shouldn't be doing that shit.
Yeah. Speaking of concerts, though, there's a guy who's on tour right now. He's been in the news a lot the last few weeks. I don't even heard of him. His name's Chris Brown. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of him. Yeah, and it was a popular name or not, this and third, but it's kind of hopping there. A little bit of news and things like that. So the last few weeks, there have been quite a few things going on. So
I will give my kudos to Chris Brown for what the fuck he did in social media.
Oh, no, we're going to run it back a week and then we're going to run it up. Because he's been in the news for a couple weeks.
I will give my kudos
well, you know me. Like, no homo, but I'm probably one of Chris Brown's biggest fans. Like, I've been a fan of this man since...
calling shots for the past 2 weeks.
And so we'll start with the Grammys performance and things like that. Basically, so the Super Bowl was a couple weeks ago. We were talking about, and the performance with Rihanna at the Super Bowl. A lot of people kind of like, it could have been this, could have been that. Yep. Hey, could Usher do a Super Bowl concert? He's on residency right now in
Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And then Chris Brown, of course, like anyone who's been to a Chris Brown concert, he's a performer. 100%. Right. But recently he had a Michael Jackson tribute from, I think it was the Grammys that they stopped.
They canceled.
He was supposed to do with Sierra, which is actually really, really dope. And then someone said, hey, at the Super Bowl, would you perform? And basically he said he would never go there. American media isn't really for me. He'd rather go where he's welcome. And he was talking about how his response to his tour leg in Europe is different from his... And he goes around the world, by the way. Asia, Australia, stuff like that. But he was talking about how he's responded to in Europe. and like the news media outlets in the United States, they still talk about
like his domestic abuse and all that shit. Yep.
Whatever they want to talk about, and basically he's like, I'm never gonna be
years ago
this or that because
he made that mistake at 17. Like,
well, he was older than 17, but
well, I mean,
he was 19.
2 years.
Well, no, it was funny because you brought that up because someone was like, not him moving the age back before. But like, imagine a mistake or something that you made 3 years ago,
right?
5 years ago,
right?
A poor decision, things like that. And let's say it was a crime. Let's say you spent time in jail. And whatever it's be. Like, imagine a half a lifetime. This man is about to be 34 years old in 2 months or so. You're talking about something that was literally almost half his life ago that people still hold on to about being a domestic abuser and things like that. So, ramping it up to that, where essentially he's being talked about with that. He had a back and forth with a, you may remember her from, I don't know, 3LW.
I'm trying to remember her name. Her name was it was like Aqua. It was Aqua on like the Cheetah Girls, but I don't remember what her real life name was.
I remember from 3LW.
Yeah, 3LW. It was like Aqua something. It's like
And basically, besides the fact that he was defending himself in backlash over the domestic violence, by sharing white celebrities who also had domestic violence, he basically went on like an Instagram tirade. Where he said, "Look, y'all keep talking about this stuff that happened 17, 18 years ago, but y'all glorify people like Blueface and Krishan, who, I mean, we all, that is a wild,
that's a different conversation for another.
We watch things like Real Housewives of pick a city, any city, things like that, but also Caucasian people that have been domestic violence, wild charges, crazy things
and
like
somehow,
that.
some way, the quote-unquote cancer culture forgets all the extra shit.
Their career moves on and prospers. But you keep bringing these things up, and he's just like, look, like, at the end of the day, I understand if you don't want to forgive me for it, but leave me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me for nothing. I'm with the people that rock with me.
Right.
And he's been saying actually since he went on his, I think, a tour before that, because it was like he was getting like some flack about this, that, and the third. He's like, look, I rock with my fans who rock with me. Mm-hmm. Anybody talking about the fact that I'm not lit, I'm not a good person, I'm not this, like, you're living in the past. And the thing is, like, look, I made my mistakes, I paid my debts to society, I've apologized to people. Rihanna is, I don't know if she's cool with him, I don't know the particulars of that, but she's commenting on things he's done, congratulating him on, like they're done with it.
Right.
So we can't hold on to something that longer than the people who are actually there. He already said what he did. He actually explained the situation, I think, on his, he had like a video done that he did with, was it Netflix or something like that? He did like a biopic on himself. But he basically talked about the situation. He explained what happened. Like, he literally said, hey, look, I was wrong, da-da-da-da. And the fact that people keep harping on this over and over and over and over and over again.
But I think this goes back to a lot of the conversations we have with whatever situation these artists are into the news. Are we still supporting them, right?
Yeah.
And you look at someone like Chris Brown, who at this point has something on his record for 5+ years ago. When you look at the United States headlines, that's all you fucking see. All you see is domestic abuse this, domestic abuse that. You might see, a couple of new things, just whatever's trending on Twitter type shit. But overall, it's all poor headlines for something that happened eons ago.
As if this man is not traveling around the world right
now. It's a completely different storyline.
Absolutely lighting up a tour. First of all, I went to the tour. It's absolutely phenomenal. And more importantly, like, you have just somebody who, I mean, clearly is grown and shown, like, had children, moved on with his family, has an entire life.
It's a
like
different ball game at this point.
Yeah, like, all these things, and just the fact that you have, the fact that we're going to talk about a line from 2009. 2009? I'm sure you can find, since 2009, I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
Right.
Plenty of people doing whatever it be. And if you're going to hold that against you, I'm saying we don't stand a chance.
Listen, 2009, there's a couple years I'm already nixing out. Like, when shit ain't even happened type shit.
A few of them. But this man had an exchange with Aqua that was hysterical. I'm sorry. Like, look, people going back and forth between Twitter, Instagram, this, that, and the third is funny. But when he said, "Fop it," yo. I lost it. I I saw this on the move. I was in my car. Had to.
You wanna talk about somebody that takes the petty road? Like that was the absolute petty road.
But when you see petty road and someone actually does it to the chef's kiss to the T, like I'm thinking of Pharmacist like lit her up, and in a sense he was like, "Yo, you're just either mad or sick about it." Like maybe you're talking about these things that happened in the past, but I don't know if you noticed. I've been on tour. I've been selling out shows.
Great.
He sold out the O2 5 times.
Right.
The O2, I'm gonna say for those who don't know, one of the largest venues in London. Top comedians, top artists, things like that go there.
That's where they go.
That is the Madison Square Garden of England. Like that is you go to the O2. He sold it out 5 straight nights. That's not easy to do. That's a big venue. That's not a joke. That's not a game. Been traveling around the world, things like that, and it's just like some people will not let him be great. Some people will not let him move, and sometimes I think for ourselves, like if you think about things that we've done or lives that we've lived, like if he can't move forward, I'm like, damn, he ain't never gonna let me be great.
Oh,
you ever find my hairs and like he ain't never gonna let me be great. It's some sticky situations I've ever been in, some questionable decisions I've ever made, or someone is just different. And I feel you always constantly have somebody who's going to hold something against you, like, oh, you did this, you did that. They don't want you to prosper. And I'm not saying that, look, I'm not promoting domestic violence again. But this is something that you did. You paid your debt to society. You apologized.
You paid your dues at this point.
You made your mistake. You recognize your mistakes. We got to move the fuck on. And the thing is, I feel like right now, I'm being honest with you, and I don't feel like he's on the same level as Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson is on a different level. I don't think anyone's ever gonna be on his level.
No, I get you.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I get you.
And certain houses for small insects. Mm-hmm. They have an artist that they follow a lot. I can't say their name because we're gonna get blocked. But like Michael Jackson, toward the end of his career, kind of spoke on this a little bit. And he was talking about like basically like he like touring around the world and less in the U.S. because of the scrutiny that he got for things that he may or may not have done in the past, like just held into the past. And that was before social media. Let's keep it 100. Like this was the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel like sometimes like with Chris Brown, I think he's one of a generational artist. I feel like the pool that he has, you'll be able to dance and sing and do all these other things like that. I feel like the way that we treat him, and I say we as a people. I don't say we as me personally and things like that. I feel like this is how you deter fantastic talents from doing additional things, making history, doing tributes to, for example, Michael Jackson.
Nobody wants to do the extra shit for it.
Why would you want to? You don't feel like you're being supported. Exactly. And I feel like it's wrong. And I feel like it's different. I feel like we really have to be better as a society with this cancel culture shit. Like we are so fast to try and find something wrong with somebody. And the people that actually do really wrong shit, we can't find nothing wrong with. And that's the part that drives me crazy. I'll put a suggestion out again, but we'll talk about the end of the show. Like, I watched the end of the Bernie Madoff special. I was telling you about that one. Mm-hmm. A man who literally spent his life scamming people out of billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Not thousands, not millions, billions. People still found ways to try and defend him. Or, like, let him be. Let certain things go, or, like, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, we talk about something that didn't affect... To be honest, didn't affect a single other person on the planet, but the people strictly involved. And we hold that like that is gospel. Like, oh my God, this is who this person is, this, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. They made a mistake. Da, 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 da. We don't forget people who did racial slurs. We don't forget people who done beat the hell out of their wife more than one time. I'm talking about in public, boxing. We didn't forget people who had children with 13-year-olds. And denied them their entire life, and whatever it happens to be. Y'all tagged the hell out of R. Kelly, but I'm telling you right now, R. Kelly ain't by himself. I'm not saying that what he did was right. I'm just telling you that y'all are real picky and choosy on who you choose to get rid of in society.
Or still support, but that's the whole thing we've been talking about, this whole cancer culture shit, man. Like, there's no consistency around it. Like, one point in time, someone's gonna pop up on Twitter and say, hey, cancel Eddie Murphy because XYZ. Cool. Eddie Murphy will get canceled for maybe a month or two, and then it's back up in influx. Should we cancel him? Should we not cancel him? What about his works? What about his movies?
Right.
What about this? Like, it's so much non-black and white shit that people, like, that's why cancer culture shit just doesn't stick.
But picking up, for example, First of all, I watched Life this last weekend. Shit's still fucking hilarious to this day. Life is hilarious. But his stand-up special, Delirious. Mm-hmm. If Delirious was released in 2023...
that shit would not be fine.
That would have made Dave Chappelle look like a Girl Scout meeting. When they tried to nail him for the closer. Like, they would have lost their mind. They were already trying to cancel people from the past, get rid of this, get rid of that. Oh my God, this person said this. Actually, along this line, I don't know if you heard about Roald Dahl. Mm. So the author, children's books like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, BFG, Matilda. Yep. They have already been going back and changing text in his books because of fat shaming, because of insults, because of profane language.
They're trying to wash the media.
And the thing was, like, they said that they counted in some books like up to 60 changes. Like, for example, the book The Twits, for example. The Twits, literally the whole book, they be violating each other. Just talking crazy about each other. I've read every book Roald Dahl wrote. I even wrote his autobiography that he wrote about himself. Like, was it Self? Like, the boy, child, Like, as a kid, he died in 1990. So, I mean... He clearly, all this right now, none of that. He wrote most of his books 60s, 70s, 50s, all that stuff like that. It's just crazy to me that people will be like, we need to cancel things that already happened. We need to read the room. Because, I mean, look, because Birth of a Nation, okay, that movie, you want to cancel something? Cancel that from minute 1 to minute whatever minute it ended. You got the KKK running around every single day. I'm like, y'all real choosy. Y'all real picky. Like, and the thing is that I just hate to see it on somebody who really is doing the best they possibly can, is a present father, gives, Lord knows how much money, different charities, things like that, tries to be the best person they can be. Yes, they are very outspoken. And I know that society don't like outspoken, especially outspoken black people. Yep. But at the same time, like...
You under somebody's radar at that point.
You're going to get to the point where this man's only going to do tours in Europe. Yeah. When, what was it? What was Michael Jackson's last tour called?
Not This Is Us. Yeah, I was thinking that's his first
last something, right? He had... I don't remember how many locations it was. There were like 2 in the United States. Mm-hmm. He literally had like 15, 20 spots he was going to. He said, I'd rather go where I am respected and loved and do my last
As an artist, I would rather do that shit. Like, if all my headlines were fucking negative, and I know I can go to Australia or I can go to Europe and sell the same amount of tickets, if not more, and the headlines are way more positive, why the fuck would I not?
Same money. The check's still clear.
Right. Why would I not?
And it's not just him. It's like, other comedians who try and do this shit too. Like a lot of comedians, a lot of specials now, especially like Bill Burr and other people have talked about cancel culture. It was ironic. They had what was it? There's a South Park episode about it. Since he's talking about cancel culture and talking about reality, came in was challenging people to accept reality, and they ended up killing reality at the end. Like, they were literally like, no, we're in our safe place, social media, like, it's our world, and they ended up literally hanging reality. Like, reality was a person, and they hung him at the end. And, which was actually ironically on, like, literally, like, today. It was, like, the other day.
You know how South Park and Family Guy, they be in that shit.
Yeah, no, it was wild. Well, first of all, as I always say, South Park walked so Family Guy could run. Yeah. But anyway, neither here nor there. So, it's just wild to me that people just get so hung up on things like that. People would not let people move forward. They would not let people be great. And it's just like...
All the extra shit.
What can you do?
Oh, man. Well, we got... I don't know where you want to continue this conversation. If you want to continue with the celebrities, we can definitely continue with the celebrities.
Why not? Why don't we stick there for a little bit? We
can so when's the last time you've been to Neiman Marcus?
I brought not disclosed information just recently.
Yeah, recently.
I want people clocking me. So
well,
I seen their website though. They got a website. Yeah, I seen their website.
So Jeffrey Von Raimdock, that looks like what his last name is. That is the CEO of Neiman Marcus.
Probably. Probably. Sounds about right.
So he recently he's in the news. He recently made a comment around the type of clientele and customer base he would like to sell to. So all in all, he made a comment to saying that really the top 1% is really what he's pitching his product to.
Okay.
He would rather a customer come in and spend $27K one time and keep them as a loyal customer versus a person who coming in, let's say, drops $300K and never coming back. Just because they decide to ball out.
$27K multiple times and $300K
right.
time. Okay.
Type shit.
Sustained customer base. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a good businessman.
Well, if you want to look at it that way, I understand.
I'm sure there's more to the story, but I'm saying, but so far so good.
I will say the comment behind it was more so the bigger thing. So we are no longer about selling everywhere on the price spectrum, from clearance to high end jewelry. Mr. Raymondock said in the interview, he characterized it as preferable to have a regular shopper spend $27K per year versus a single visit transaction with no guaranteed customer return. So, of course, Black Twitter had a field day with this shit.
Well, let's be fair. $27,000 is about $2,200 a month.
Yep.
$2,200 in Neiman Marcus does not go as far as you think it would. I'm just gonna let you know. If you've not been there recently, look, you can buy a pair of shoes, a pair of sunglasses, be at $1,000.
Yep,
easily. So $2,200 a month. Where like, okay, you said, hey, check, I bought a piece for outfit. Da da da. Again, so go ahead. I know it's gonna get worse. So go ahead.
So he plans to focus on the 2% of its customers that make up 40% of its sales. So that's kind of where he wants to put his focus towards.
2% of his customer base makes up 40% of his bottom line.
Right. Okay. So that's where he's shifting his mindset to.
Okay.
So now, granted, there was nothing specifically within the interview or the article that said, I don't want black people shopping in my store. He wants to ship the.
Can't say that.
Right, I know.
Can't say that.
He's been paying attention to cancel culture. He's not trying to cancel.
Yeah.
But
he got rid of those Gucci sweaters.
He wanted you all to know, if you plan on coming to my store, be ready to spend some bread. And I want you as a repeat customer, so I'm going to keep you on my tab for the next few years. But be ready to spend some bread each year. So how do you feel? Like, I know you said you've been in there recently. Does this deter you from continuing to shop there? What does this do for you?
Here's the thing. Well, Neiman Marcus sells a lot of brands that, to be honest with you, I don't think they give a fuck if it's a black dollar or not.
No, I know.
I have been in Neiman Marcus's where the staff was very nervous when there was a large number of African American clientele, and I've seen it in person.
They be eye-hawking you.
I actually felt so uncomfortable for them that I left. I need you to understand this. So there was people. Okay, it was in the shoe department. You got your your Gucci's, your Louis Vuittons, your Thousand McQueens.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
There was a number in their mind, I guess, that were touching too many shoes, picking them up, putting them down. And mind you, it's only the one damn shoe. If you ran out with this shoe, you only have one. Unless you're a one-legged nigga, there is nothing you could rob of this place. Just to let you know.
But all eyes were on you.
But it was wildly uncomfortable. Like, you saw employees slowly starting to populate the area more. There were more employees over there than normally necessary. Because I've been in the store more than once. Usually 2 or 3 people, and now we have 6 or 7. Hey, you need help?
They ran a tape back. They knew he was coming.
Hey, you need help? No, we're just looking, and people just linger. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. I don't feel like a lot of these companies are really hell-bent on specifically wanting our situational money. And I say that way because a lot of times when you have certain clientele that, okay, like, yes, every time they wear an outfit it is $3,000. I love my people. My people, when we go out, we like to show our ass. We like to go out and about. We like to celebrate.
Yep.
I am not wearing Gucci loafers to bed.
Right.
No, sir. But when we get our little extra bonus check, we get our promotion. We get our birthday party. God forbid.
You got a couple extra dollars to spend.
And if we get a baby shower.
There's only one t-shirt, one shirt you can wear. Not t-shirt, one shirt you can wear.
There are attires, there are events, there's things like that in a sense of you. And when you say statements like that say, hey, I'm not worried about the other 98% of my clientele that don't cover 60% of my business. I'm worried about the 40% covered by 2% of my business, the people that buy the suits, the people that buy the things off of at regular price, the things that things like that. It gives off that y'all know who you are. We don't want you here.
He didn't specifically say black people or any type of race.
Yeah, that is not what he meant. But god damn it, that is what you may have said.
It is what he implied.
Right. And when any CEO, and again, I am not the CEO of a company. I am not HR. I am not, and God forbid, in my PR team. Because PR team, if he would have said that, I'd be like, boy, if you don't sit your goofy ass down.
Can you imagine the company you currently work for? Like, the CEO just came through and said some shit like that. Oh, I don't plan to have my products marketed to the bottom 50%. I'm only looking at the top 10%.
You could try. Good luck. God bless you. I wish it was just the first time we had to deal with this. I wish it was the first company that said
we got receipts for days.
We don't focus on this. Boy, stop it. We know what you're saying. Does that deter me from shopping there? I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't part of the 2% anyway. So I was in there when I got a couple extra dollars and something I really liked on the website. Or if they had a good clearance sale.
Understandable.
He ain't hurt my feelings.
My question
is... Because I ain't in a motherfucker like that.
I get that, but my question is, if you make a statement like this, right? I'm thinking big picture. What happens with your marketing team? Like, how do you market that shit? How do you market to the top 1%?
But you don't.
That's what I'm saying.
And here's why. And here's the part. Because when you market to certain things, certain people, you have to carry certain products. Mm-hmm. So there are certain stores, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm not going to say the companies and things like that. When you walk in there, they carry certain things that fit a certain demographic. Mm-hmm. They don't carry those other models, that other style, that other this, other that. Because they don't expect you to walk in there. And if you do walk in there, you're buying that style, that model, because that's what they're going to have. I wholeheartedly believe, to this day, not even kidding, there are companies that have released clothing lines, designs, prints for certain people. Mm-hmm. That you know that other people that buy your stuff will never wear.
Right.
I promise you.
No, I agree.
Look, there is a certain brand that makes very famous polos. Mm-hmm. Okay? With one horse. Not three.
You walk into their stores.
I promise you, a 3XL in that size was not made for every demographic. But they knew that 3XLs would sell in certain places, certain things. Mm-hmm. And it's only certain styles, and it's only certain prints. There ain't no 3XL on Purple Label. Unless it comes from the factory itself. Let's keep it 1,000. Yep. That cashmere fucking sweater. I don't know. More far you think it's gonna stretch, motherfucker. But it ain't finna stretch that far. And that's the thing. I witness these things. I enjoy. We talk about it on multiple occasions. And we'll talk about, oh God, runways. Runways make my, oh God, just. Like, you think you got allergies? I'm allergic to that bullshit. Because they be bullshitting on them damn runways. But, like, when you see these certain styles and these certain fashions, like, you see, you're like, yeah, this wasn't made for us. This is never something I'll wear. I can't say the last time I saw someone on the runway and said, I have to go get that.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Take my money. No. Hell no.
That shit don't happen.
Hell no. Like, in no way, shape, or form. But are there things by those brands that are like, oh, this is something I can wear, something I can do, mm-hmm. This is something I could dress up or, kind of get together? For sure.
Right.
I feel like when these companies have branding teams, they know that we have to make certain things a certain way in order for certain demographics to buy it. Mm-hmm. The lucky part in his side, he's going to skate. Neiman Marcus has all the brands.
Right.
It's not like Burberry said it or Gucci said it. Where if you walk into a Gucci store, it's all Gucci. Mm-hmm. It's all Louis Vuitton. It's all Hermes. And I'm not blaming those companies specifically right now. I mean, they've done bullshit, but let's focus on what's going on right now. Balenciaga, just go to hell. What I'm saying is like these things, Neiman got everybody.
It's a melting pot of fucking luxury.
And, if you want to focus on the people that, spend more time and spend more money consistently in there as opposed to the hit and miss, that's a good business model. Mm-hmm. As a person who's worked in business, that makes sense. Would I ever say it out loud? Hell no. Would I ever put it somewhere where social media could get a grasp of it? Fuck no. Absolutely the fuck not. But here we are. What do we do with that information? Again, what he said wasn't racist. What he said wasn't biased. What he said wasn't specifically against whatever it be. But in a world that we're in right now, the environment that we're in, it was very deaf. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you weren't conscious to the people who are going to listen. And again, ain't no dollar like the black dollar.
I would just say, also know your clientele because outside of you and me, I know plenty of black people who go to Neiman Marcus and spend some bread.
And break bread. Right. They're not on clearance. Like I'm not saying everything I've ever bought there was clearance, but I'm not buying a $200 white T-shirt.
Right.
But if I wanted one, I go to Neiman Marcus and get it. That's fine. That's not what I'm looking for. But if the clientele you're looking for, and he said the 40% of their sales from 2%, they spend $200 T-shirts. The funny part, I was telling somebody years ago, what's his name? Who used to be on what's the singing show? American Idol.
Okay.
What was the Paul at the end?
Paul.
What was his name? No, Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell. I'm thinking
Simon who Oh man,
a lot of people said, damn, he's always in a V-neck black T-shirt. Mm-hmm. He got all that money. It took years to realize all them T-shirts was $150.
Yeah.
$200. Easily. They weren't Hanes T-shirts. No. No. They weren't the regular. They weren't. Nah, bro. They
a little soft cotton action.
Nah, them Jones had the crazy whatever happens to be, and those are the shirts that you sold at $230. And the people who look at it and can touch the fabric and see it, they know what they're talking about, and they can understand that stuff. But you and me were like, damn, he had a Hanes V-neck again. He going through something. Like they're at home. Like
19 people. Nah, bro. They actually got some.
And they like that, right? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they didn't pick up Kanye's $130 white T-shirt. I remember when that came out with the tags and everything. There was nothing on the shirt but the tag on the inside. It was $130. I remember us making fun of it. I was like, this man on some other shit. Because he was ahead of the curve. He understood, people were going to spend money on it. And people did buy it.
That's the way fashion works.
And people did buy it.
That's the way it works.
But yeah, so I think it's tone deaf to the society that we're in right now, understanding the black dollar. The black dollar is the most spent money in the country. Things like that. So if it's anything that kind of gives off that vibe, you may lose some business. Mm-hmm. But then again, he may have did his homework and said he ain't worried about it. So, I mean, I can't knock you for running the business however you want to. I mean, you understand, in this country, there was a point in time in which, they didn't serve black people. So your dining was empty, but there were still no seats for blacks. You figured out the math and said your dining can stay open.
Here's the thing, and this is kind of, I'm looking at it from a broad perspective, right?
Yeah.
You make a statement like that. You may not be specifically talking about a certain demographic, certain race, or anything like that. Yeah. But let's call a spade, brother. Look at the entire black community.
Correct.
Look at the black community of people that shop at Neiman Marcus. Mm-hmm. Look at the black community that that can afford Neiman Marcus. Sure. And then look at the overall black community in general, right? This statement, though it did not say, I don't want black people shopping at my store, kind of insinuates some of that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because people talk about how much money you make.
Right.
And the thing is that the average African-American household income is nowhere near what the average, Caucasian income is. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what the Asian income is. Things like that. At the same time, it's kind of like, you have to understand who you're talking to. We all know people that would take their last penny to make sure they look A1 in the streets. Mm-hmm. They have $400 in the account and the shirt costs $2.99 and they're buying it happily with the bag, swinging on Instagram, doing a boomerang in the mall with the thing, and whatever happens to be. I can't even say that we ain't better. Sometimes been like, look, we done bought some shit we weren't supposed to buy, but we wanted it because we had it and you did whatever you do. That's fine. But when you make these people feel excluded, those people that scrape that little penny together, you should want to accept the people that scrape their little money together, saved up for that little shirt, that little hoodie, that little this, little that. You know, from there, the shoes, the belt, sunglasses.
I'm so glad you bring up that point. I know we don't talk about sports often, but fucking Anthony Edwards made a really good comment this past week. I don't know if you heard it, but they asked him a question about like NBA players like resting and then kind of going through like a lot of those elements. And he made a comment. He was like, "Listen, these people spend their hard-earned money to come see us play. If I'm at 70%, I'm expected to play because I know that might be this person probably even spent his whole paycheck just to come see me play, and I'm the best person on my team."
Yeah, we were just talking about before we started recording this about going to a game, and you gotta look at the tickets. Yeah. Years ago, it used to be something where on a Friday or Saturday night, it was an affordable thing to go do. Mm-hmm. You could say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go run the game. You know, maybe run a couple dollars and then there." But you could get a decent seat and go. That shit is not affordable. People are making people, and this is the part, and this isn't. I mean, we make a lot of jokes in here. People make life decisions every day to eat, to put clothes on their back, to keep a roof over their head. So when people come into a store, and we've worked in retail, we've worked in people-facing jobs. Mm-hmm. You know, things that even in small places, like let's say you work in a coffee shop.
Right.
That may be their little treat that they did for themselves. That may be the little thing that they saved up for and want to do. That may be a little thing that they try and take care of themselves. Mentally saying, I worked 2 overtime shifts to be able to do this or do that. And for us to really have anybody ever come out and say, "Oh, well, I don't want people that don't do this, don't do that." I understand your marketing may go to something, but if I ever open a business, I want everyone and their mama to
have access. Why would you not?
If you came to me and say, "I'm at the register," and you're like, "Yeah, like I wanted to buy your product, Peter, and you know, I saved up my pennies for 3 years to get this." I'm not even saying it had to be expensive because again, I don't know your situation.
Right, exactly.
You made that right decision to come spend your money with me? Bro, it's expensive out here. We talk about this all day. Mm-hmm. Outside is expensive as hell.
Yep.
It used to be $100 a day. It might be closer to $200 for real. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, it's going up. I can't even get an egg breakfast. I can't even get an omelet for less than $48. Like, what is going on? Brunch is out of the pocket. I'm not going there. The omelet costs more than the damn bottomless mimosas. Right. I can't do nothing with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, people really coming out here, every time they come out their pocket to spend something short of buying food, short of spending rent, and short of doing, you know, necessities, I feel like it just needs to be appreciated more in society.
Yes.
And that, like, so that's why when artists like that talk about, yo, like, people who come to my concert, I appreciate you. They, you know, most people end their show with what? Thank you.
Shout out to the fans.
Yo, like, I wouldn't be nothing without you guys. And that's why, look, like, we do this stuff for free, but real rap. But, like, let's say it costs $10, right? Somebody would choose $10 to hear us talk. Mm-hmm. That's $10 they can spend on something else. It's $10 they put in their mouth. You'll get a lunch. Yep. You'll get breakfast for the day. You know, put it toward their like whatever. And I feel like as a society, I feel like we have just gelled over that every time someone purchases something they don't need, that's a choice, and you need to be more appreciative of that. And I feel like we just don't appreciate people's money as a society. And it's not these brands, it's not these nice things. Because the thing is this: these nice brands throw it in our face that they're nice, get us. Buy our things. And it's not just high-end luxury brands. It's other brands, too. We already know these things, whether it be footwear, cars, certain food, certain restaurants, where you live, for example, certain apartment complexes, all these things. And then when you get your little pennies together to go get it, yeah, hell yeah, I want to thank you.
Facts.
Hell yeah, I want to feel appreciated. I don't want to be followed around by a security guard when I go to the Louis Vuitton store. I scraped up my $500 to go get my belt today, to get my wallet today.
Like, I don't need nobody following me around this shit. Like,
yo,
I went in there. First of all, if y'all know us, like, and because I can speak on behalf of you because I know how you are. If we are stepping foot in a store like Gucci or Louis or MCM or we can run out the whole thing. We have hit a point where it's like, I'm already know that I'm about to go in there and spend whatever the dollar amount is. Right. I'm ready to go in there and spend $500. I'm ready to go in there and spend a stack. I'm not stepping foot in a store like that if I'm not ready to spend that bread. I may go in there and window shop for a little bit and maybe, you know, kind of vote against it, but I'm not going to step foot in there if I didn't know, like, okay, I'm about to come out of pocket at least a stack.
Because the retailers don't like waste people's time.
Exactly.
Right. So the thing, too, is at the same time, you want to feel appreciated. Mm-hmm. Like, look, I understand that lady over there spent $50,000 on a bag. Cool. But I want some cold water, too.
Right.
Yo, I want the little champagne.
I bought some sunglasses for $300.
Now champagne might be at a $6,000 limit. I don't say
that's a little different. You got to buy a couple bags for the champagne level. But I just bought some pair of sunglasses. I need the same treatment for my $350 pair of sunglasses that Shorty got for her $2,500 bag. Like
right, and I understand the difference in that, but at the same time, I feel like businesses will find a lot more return business. I feel like people will give them their money and give them their time and energy, because I feel like I go back to certain establishments and venues, things like that I feel like I'm appreciated in. Mm-hmm. And the thing too is, I feel like the reason that a lot of online shopping blew up was because I feel like the in-store experience.
You don't have to deal with another person.
Well, some people get the anxiety of that. So like
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody trying to upsell you.
No, most that's what I'm saying.
Like there's people who are just
most
assholes.
people I talk to who still online shop, they're like, I just don't like dealing with people. Yeah. Like the upsell part, or even just like, you know, missing information, whatever it case may be. Like, I just want to be able to just go in, shop what I need to shop, buy what I need to buy, swipe my card, and be done with it.
Correct.
Type of deal.
Like, but at the same time though, like there's other places where it's just like you feel like you don't get that same. I'm spending my hard-earned money. It could be $25. Mm-hmm. You don't know what it took for me to get just $25.
Exactly.
So I want to. So I'm not saying it's a requirement of your job. Again, I worked in retail. I know both sides of the game. Mm-hmm. But what I will say is that thank you. Hey, I appreciate you coming in today.
It goes a long way.
Hey, you know, if you ever need anything else, here's my card.
It leaves a statement. Like most businesses y'all go to, a lot of them are being driven by their net promoter scores,
and
right?
Their results, right?
And their results, and then how you guys recommend them, and are you sending the information to your next friend? Are you giving them a 5-star rating on Google? Mm-hmm. And that's what it boils down to, because even with the pandemic, and it's to Pete's point, with the pandemic shutting a lot of shit down, all they can do is revert to how their customers are being taken care of, regardless if they're in store, in a brick and mortar location, or just doing it online.
But I personally like shopping in person. I don't like shopping online.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all know that,
especially with clothes. Sometimes I gotta try shit on. Especially if it's a store
I hate trying on clothes. That's the funny part.
Well, if it's a store that I don't shop at regularly, I need to try some shit on.
It's insane. You buy. I'm not like that's the thing too. Like if I buy something from you, I've never tried your stuff on. I'm not buying as much because if it doesn't fit, I'm not. First of all, I don't ship shit.
I don't like dealing with the return process. Yeah, I don't like dealing with that shit.
So the thing is, I'm not going to buy $400 worth of clothes. I'm gonna buy $50 worth of clothes. I'm gonna buy one T-shirt, one hoodie, you know, and okay, if it fits great, I'll come back.
Right.
Which is bad for your business model. So I would imagine that you want me to spend $400, $500, $600, $700 every single time I go in there, which is fine. But yeah, no, I mean, I just feel like you just have to feel appreciated. You have to feel good. Like when you walk in somewhere, like when I walk in a sneaker store, I think it's funny. When people ask you like something like, hey, like, are you looking for something? There's no way for me to have a name tag that says how many sneakers I have and like my understanding of sneaker culture and what I'm looking for and how.
I didn't know that.
And how if you give me a good price, sneakers are probably one of the fastest things I'll buy. Dead ass. Yep. And if they understood that shit, like you need to treat every single person like that. And again, I cannot say enough. I understand standing somewhere for 8 hours and having people window shop and talk.
I get it.
But every single person is an opportunity.
Your mindset should still be every single person is ready to come in and spend at least $2,500 to $3,000. I don't give a fuck.
You work in a dollar store.
Right. I don't give a fuck if they just came off the train. They just got picked up. They just got dropped off by a taxi. I don't give a fuck. That person came to my store, They took the time, or whatever location, they took the time and the effort to come there, regardless of means
and talk to your ass.
To talk to me. They need to be, they in my mindset, they're ready to spend at least $3,000. They may just come in and spend $5 on a fucking charger or some bullshit. But regardless of all that, your mindset should still be that because...
Oko works in a grocery store. Like, you understand, $3,000 in a grocery store is a lot.
It's a lot of fucking food. A lot of fucking food. You better have a deep freeze for all that shit. But...
You buy all the hamburgers.
But to that point, like, it, you know, to the people who are customer facing and people facing, like, that's the mindset you have to go into. So regardless of if the CEO from Neiman Marcus says, hey, I'm only focusing on the top 10%, regardless of if I'm going to
Neiman Marcus, well, 90% walks under too.
Exactly. If I'm going into Neiman Marcus and I'm only looking to spend $200, I want that same level of effort and treatment. Because that $200 sale can easily turn into a $500 sale if you upsell me on some bullshit.
Which actually did happen to me one time. The guy was really nice. That's why I still go there.
Listen,
the guy's really nice.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Anybody can be upsold if you have the right person.
Yeah.
Anybody can be upsold if you have the right person.
That's real shit.
That's literally what it comes down to, and it comes down to your treatment of your clientele and your customer base.
So open up that Neiman Marcus credit card. There you go. Yeah, Florida. There you go.
A little afterpay. Like,
in person is crazy though. I'm gonna log on your computer and log to afterpay. But it's funny we talk about fashion. It's funny we talk about these things like that.
You about to tell people about how you won the bid on your mischief boots? Is that where we're going with this?
I tried to get them last week. They were sold out. I did not beat the bots. I forgot. I was being human. They definitely had
you forgot. Bro. It's been a while. It's been a while since you bought some sneaks.
No, I just don't buy sneaks with that kind of prestige.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been a while since you bought
with that prestige because I think bots. I'm done.
Yep.
Yeah. That's like, I was on the site. I logged in at like 10. No, they dropped it. Yeah, they dropped it at 11 o'clock our time. I was on the site waiting for the button to go to buy. Dead ass. I was clicking, ready to go. Man, that thing loading was spinning. I said, this is deja vu. I done seen this before.
Man, start having flashbacks.
A couple times. Yeah, I done seen this once, twice, thrice. You know what I mean? And then by the time you got to it, I even checked size up, size down, and I was wrapped. Here's the crazy part for you, though.
Okay.
You know when you get those boots? Do you see the ship dates?
No.
The ship dates, if you bought them off Mischief, was 8 weeks.
Oh, shit. So not only that, it's dropped $350, but I got 2 months for my shit.
So here's the crazy part. Let's keep it 1,000.
Okay.
How many boots you seen this week? Keep it up.
In person?
Or
I seen them at the mall.
Really?
Somebody had a pair on the mall like a couple days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, posts of non-famous people who got early pairs.
Oh, non-famous people. No.
Because first of all, Janelle Monáe got a pair of customized. Them
cloud rolls are fire.
Hard.
Yep.
Right. But us regular degglers, we gonna get
I haven't seen outside of celebrities. I haven't seen anybody.
And it's kind of slowed down a little bit on social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what it's gonna do in 8 weeks.
Oh, I know.
There was a reseller that said, a size 10 and size 12 is going to be available in 8 weeks. I said, I'm not even going to hold you. I don't even know if they're going to even hold water weight in 8 weeks. Because let me tell you what I'm not finna do with them shits. Wear them in the fucking summer.
Oh, no. Fuck no.
No. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, 8 weeks from now, you're not getting them to what? Almost May?
Yeah.
It's hot as shit outside.
March is right around. March is like a couple days away.
I don't even wear Timbs. Like, I'm not going to wear no rubber ass boots. My feet be sweating. So I'm like,
you got to keep them for the winter season.
Well, no, right. So then the thing I thought about too was, damn, maybe this was a sign. Because I'm here for 8 weeks. You have a short window to spin a whole outfit, get it all together, woo-de-woo, about it, you know what I mean? At that time, and then you go hold them up for next year? What if they're not even lit in the wintertime? They're like, bro, that's mad. Oh, we wore those last winter. Now you sit.
So here's the thing,
spent the $350.
I get that part, but I feel like there's certain footwear, because we've been in the shoe game for a little bit. Like, there's certain footwear that regardless of whenever they came out, if you put them shits on your feet, niggas gonna turn their heads. Oh, I'm not a fan of them. I know you are. I feel like if you were to buy them shits on a random August 8th, I don't know, I just pick a random ass date. Yeah. You bought them shits on a random August 8th. You put them bitches on September 21st, niggas gonna be like, oh shit. Niggas gonna still be hyped on them shits.
It's still a conversation.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be different. It's still gonna be a different colorway. But at the same time, the hype that they currently have.
I get what you mean.
The speed and the necessity of style and fashion is, this is popular, get it out now. Get it out today, get your fit together, figure it out. Don't come back 8 months later.
Right.
I'm talking about whatever.
Right. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
But the other reason I was talking about that too was a couple days ago, Julia Fox, who you remember dated Kanye West, married or I don't know what the fuck happened. Maybe not. She was rocking a life-sized body bag. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did not see that.
It was a purse. She wore it to New York Fashion Week. It was an event. And literally the purse I kid you not, was a body bag with like a wing. It looked like she was carrying around a sex doll that was covered in leather. And the bag, which of course I guess she carried, I'm hoping not organs in, I'm hoping it was like maybe a wallet, some keys, was the size of like a body.
Okay. And
to go along with the runways where I said I have never been in a hop, skip, and a jump ready to go. I said only certain demographics walk around with a body on there. Could you imagine a cop pulling you over and seeing a black body
first of all,
in your backseat?
My car is tinted the fuck out. Okay. So immediately I'll be in handcuffs before they even search the shit.
So you said they're gonna pack you the fuck
out. Yeah, it's a wrap. It is clearly a wrap. I always find that shit like really interesting and really funny where you're looking at I want to say I guess the best word is used like maybe the demographic of some of these things.
The whites?
Sure. Because you ain't seeing the white people in them fucking mischief boots. They probably reselling them shits, but I haven't seen a single white celebrity in them shits. You find me one, all right, cool. I'll change my argument. But I have not seen a single.
Are you saying demographics of certain style things? Mm-hmm. I think just about the bag.
Oh no! Like that's
the bag. That's it. First, I like some domination shit.
First of all, to the point that I was originally going to make, because I was thinking two different things at one time.
Damn.
The point that I was originally going to make.
Hold on, I'm really thinking about it now.
You haven't seen a fucking white person in a mischief boots or any of like the hype B shit outside of your normal white people fucking celebrities who hop on like the sneaker culture and all shit like that.
I'm gonna say maybe them.
Yeah, but outside of
no, Gramps. He rocked the shit out of him, Joe.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you him
and his son or his grandson.
I didn't see his grandson in them, but
his grandson runs his page.
Well, I did.
So if you follow him, like he had a couple outfits was whatever, but some of the outfits was like, okay, Gramps. That's
so outside of Gramps, because Gramps, no matter what, you're gonna see. Outside of Gramps, you didn't see your Mark Wahlbergs. You didn't see your Bradley Cooper. I'm thinking of like people in the sneaker culture who was always top of the list of these are the white people that are talking about.
They got sent them before they were cool.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I didn't see DJ Khaled in them shits. So
they know his fat ass going.
Listen, they don't make a fucking special cut. Listen, you put the fucking mischief boots. If I'm mischief, I'm sending DJ Khaled a pair with a fucking velvet pillow.
Because you never... Yeah.
Yo, with the fucking velvet pillow.
Because he's gonna hype them shit
Exactly.
Yo, shout out DJ Khaled. Yo, promo guy. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I've never seen a man stay the exact same weight on a diet for 7 years. Doesn't he work for like Weight Watchers? Listen, but look, he's got more money than me, so it is what it is. But
he can do whatever fuck he wants.
His shoes on his pillows and his sneaker collection. Still, yummy in the meeting, yummy, shout out there. There is no better promo. Like, if I ever had one event that I needed someone to promo, and I could pick a famous person, it would be DJ Khaled gassing up a party for me.
Okay.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
I need DJ Khaled to do my edge. Like, all right, sidebar. If you could have any celebrity do your intro for your wedding, who would it be?
DJ Khaled. He's gonna make me sound like I walked on water. He's gonna make it sound like I was at the table with Jesus at the Last Supper. He's gonna make it seem like I cured cancer. Like whatever the intro is gonna be, like it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be whatever it happens to be. It's gonna be talking about what? Walking into a room. I mean, short of Michael Buffer. Buffer. Right?
Yeah.
Outside of him literally going, let's get ready to get married, like whatever, like, oh my god, the promo, the energy in the room, and he's gonna walk around the room talking about, did you know?
Right, dude.
He's like, he's like, zoom in, like, now walk out, like what? Like, look at the phone, like, oh my god, that's gonna be epic. Who would you pick?
So my original, anytime I knew I asked me this question, because I've been thinking about this for a little bit. Any of the Buffers, I don't give a fuck if it's Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer, I don't give a fuck. That would be my first point. My second would definitely be DJ Khaled. If I had to choose a third, Diddy. I feel like Diddy would set some shit off. Like, Diddy would probably be in that bitch, like, talking about, hit his little, New York two-step with the get the fucking crowd popping and would say some fly shit. And I was walking on some, like, what's up? That would be my top three.
Like to do an intro?
Yeah. To do an intro. Any of the Buffers, DJ Khaled or Diddy. Those are my top three.
You know what would be like a secret pick?
Who?
Pitbull.
Okay.
I was trying to think of someone who like not
just
necessarily
like real
DJ,
live, like lit,
but I was like somebody who like any song, any hook, like anytime I've ever seen them perform, like getting the crowd going, getting the energy, you know. The song they may be promoting ain't even good for real, but you feel like it's good.
The energy,
right? I'm like a pit bull. Like I wouldn't even say you know, like the most talented man in the world that gets no respect. It didn't get as much respect as supposed to. Was Jamie Foxx. That would be a lit.
I saw that shit on.
Jamie Foxx would be lit. Yeah. That'd be fire.
Okay.
Had Jamie Foxx and not him coming in and sing your wedding. I don't know what that costs. Let's start saving now.
Listen, that man hit you with the Ray Charles voiceover with the piano as you walking in type shit.
Still sings better than me. So
it's facts.
Look, I can hold a note, but I ain't a Jamie Foxx note. I'll tell you that. I ain't gonna say that.
Oh shit!
Damn, that'd be fire.
Make you think a little bit.
Yo, your wedding party, DJ Khaled's doing his ad libs. Another one. Talking about the couple? What? Nah, that shit would be funny as hell. That shit would be crazy. But terrible fashion. I have to spin it back to I don't even remember what group this was or what brand this was. They had a fashion show again. Now, mind you, remember, there's always some things you want to see and some things you don't. Did you see when the Bulls had like the jean skirts that looked like they had on like near their kneecaps?
I did see like on passing like through Twitter. That was the same thread. It was like some of it was like the top whatever worst designs on the runway. That was the same fucking thread where I saw where the chick came out in the fucking rubber ducky fucking outfit, and then there was like you flip the shit up and you put it over her head and it came down. It was like a yellow dress, and I was like, okay. Like I get the transition.
Some Marvin Bailey's clown shit.
Right. Like it was like
change outfits.
Right.
You see Lil Durk's skateboard sweater?
No, I didn't see that.
At Staples Center?
No.
He literally there was literally a sweater, I kid you not, that had a skateboard in the chest of it. There was a broken skateboard, literally it crossed. I'm talking about
just an actual
skateboard deck with the wheels. Like if you Google it, I am not kidding.
Now I gotta see.
Literally through the sweater. It was on a runway, and someone sent him. I said, if someone sent that to me, I would have blocked them so fast my entire life.
Yikes.
And never talked to them. I said, I know y'all fucking play.
He said it was dirt.
Lil Durk. I think it was like a Lakers game or something like that. He had like it was like a skateboard in the sweater. If you put a skateboard sweater, it would probably pipe right up. Not even kidding.
Yikes! So I typed in Lil Durk skateboard. It's fucking great. Oh shit! That's like an actual goddamn skateboard.
You thought I was kidding?
What the fuck?
Yes. You thought I was kidding?
Hey yo, I know y'all can't hear this shit, but for those who got visuals, like look at that shit. Like who the fuck?
And I'm sure that sweater was like $3,000 or something crazy.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
What?
Yo, I told you, like I like the fashion world. I like creative things. Hell no. You are at your rabid ass.
Is that at least like Tony Hawk skateboard? Like, does it have a signature on or some shit? Like, or is it somebody's random ass skateboard you got from Venice Beach or some shit?
You're asking that question. My question is, how the hell do you ship that to a store? You assemble that before you hang it on a hook?
Well, here's the thing, right? So as I'm looking at this picture, the one side actually has a hook. I don't know how the other side of the board is being held together.
Who cares? That is the correct and only response to that.
Oh shit!
It's wild.
That is funny. Yeah, I've never.
I can't believe you didn't see that.
No,
that's what I said.
Never,
I know y'all fucking lying.
Never seen some shit like that for my life. I've seen some wild shit, but nigga, what?
Like, look, stacked jeans. I kind of like to look at that. You gotta find the right pair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You know, the big thick shoelaces, the skateboard shoes, kind of coming back with different brands. Cool, different trainers.
Even some of the high tops. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the high top like shoes that are out. I'm like, all right, cool. I get it. I get the concept.
Skateboard and sweater.
Yeah, never even.
The rubber duck dress.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
I think y'all playing at this point. Y'all bugging. The jean skirts at the above the knees, where you could literally see their legs underneath the shirt, and it was like the pants start. It was like what people used to get blamed for, where they used to make fun of us sagging your pants.
How do you feel about Juju Smith-Schuster with what he pulled up with at the Super Bowl? Man pulled up in a full-on kilt.
People keep rocking the kilt from time to time. I don't like the kilt.
Okay.
Ain't me the kilt. I don't like the kilt. The kilt has societal presence. Kilt's been around for a minute.
Here's the thing, right?
It's a little off the beaten path.
If I'm gonna put on the kilt, you know me, I'm extra. I need a fucking bagpipes. I need a bagpipe. I need all the extra shit to come with me, right? If I'm pulling up to your party in a kilt, I'm having a bagpipe player behind me. I'm coming in that bitch with proper 12 with sparklers.
Wait, behind you. I'm the fucking bagpipe player. Are you kidding me? I'm playing the bagpipe on this
listen,
side.
if you want to teach me how to play bagpipe, that's completely fine.
You don't have to.
I need somebody.
Are you shitting me? You're gonna kill it. Doesn't matter if you play or not.
No.
It's the aesthetic.
If you're going in there and setting a fucking tone, I need an actual bagpipe player. I need some shit like, what the fuck's going on? Like, oh shit. Like, I need that reaction type shit.
Like it's a moon to ass entry.
Right. Like, I need to walk in that bitch with a kilt on as my bagpipe player, then set the scene for the whole nine. Like, I need that. That's the energy I need.
One disaster.
Oh shit. Well, we're on celebrities and we're on fashion. A topic that has been trending on Twitter for the past week, at this point, week and a half, depending on how long you tuned in, is Jonathan Majors. His recent photo shoot that he did for the Ebony cover.
Wow, we actually curved right
down the topics. There you go.
Because there's weeks where we don't talk about shit.
Oh, I know.
We curved that very well. That was good. That was very well done.
So those who have been living on the rock, Jonathan Majors recently did a photo shoot for the cover of Ebony.
Did a few magazines, but the one.
Well, yeah.
He's in a few magazines.
He's done a few. Yeah. I would say within the past year and a half, he's having a tremendous year and a half. Like from movies to shoots to videos, like he is like when you're looking at African American actors, he's definitely top of the list. Right now.
Oh, he's A1.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
Like when you look at Michael B. Jordan, I would say in like last year what Michael B. Jordan did, I feel like that's Jonathan Majors this year. So as you're kind of looking at the transition,
I think he's one of the hottest actors easily right now for sure.
Exactly.
I think of any race, but I would say definitely African Americans.
Right. Mm-hmm. So recently did a photo shoot for Ebony magazine. I'm trying to get the photographer's name or the shoot person.
I actually googled it a couple days ago.
I read the whole article.
I looked at some of his other shoots.
Who the photographer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as I gather the photographer's name, this is a person who literally stands highly by anime and a lot of his personal interests that he puts within his shoots. He has worked with a numerous amount of artists and as you can kind of go back down from Ebony to Vibe to Jet, like just we can run down the list regardless.
Yeah.
But his main theme, he's a big anime head. He's a big anime theme person.
Right,
he likes to incorporate.
Present the story. Don't bail him out. Don't bail him out.
He likes to incorporate all that shit. Right?
Don't bail him out yet.
So within, well, I mean, we'll talk about it. That's fine.
For sure.
So in this most recent photo shoot, he had Jonathan Majors posted up, pink background. You know, he had a feathered pink, I guess you can call it overcoat, maybe. I don't really know what you want to call that, but maybe a shawl, like a feathered pink shawl,
jacket?
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
No shirt. He had on kind of like some bell bottom jeans. They had like pink tint, pink highlights in them. Definitely some boots on as well too. But the pictures in general, the aesthetic of the photo shoot brought Black Twitter into an uproar. So you had people that were for the shoot, you had people against the shoot, you had people for Jonathan Majors, for the photographer, against the whole nine.
Correct.
Now, I know you've seen the shoot. I don't know if any of you all have seen the shoot.
So the cover of Ebony magazine, there's actually more photos actually in the actual article.
Yeah, of course.
Did you get a chance to read the article?
I read the entire article.
Yeah, I read majority of the article. It was actually really well written. I saw the other photos are in the magazine, but essentially the one that was on the cover. So the controversial part of this essentially is the magazine cover had him with the pink feathered, like boa feather jacket on, kind of doing some duck lips, sitting on a couch, no shirt on, things like that. Or some people took it as emasculating him in this photo shoot. Meanwhile, there are other photos that, were, if you wouldn't have sensual for Valentine's Day, or if you wouldn't have, you wouldn't be a sexy man of the year, things like that, you asked for like that, but essentially this one was the one that made the cover. And there are mixed reviews on both sides, and I understand that you understood the anime that actually was referenced.
Regardless of the anime.
I read what that was. I've never seen the shoot.
No.
So
anime aside, how do you feel about the shoot?
Before the anime part?
As anime aside.
No. I'm saying with that, because I did research. I was trying to understand. You know what I'm saying? Before it, I didn't like the picture they picked to be in the cover.
Okay.
I was okay with some of the other photos.
Why is that?
Because I feel like the roles that Jonathan Major's taken, the two major ones this year, of course, as you know, is going to be in Creed 3 and also Quantumania. Of course, masculine, dominant figures, things like that, whatever it be. I felt like it was a little bit emasculating. And I also felt like, honestly, of the other photo shoots that he did in other magazines, I was like, why is it that on Ebony magazine or with this specific person that we're wearing this pink fluffy jacket and things like that and doing duck lips? Like, smile, nigga, you don't got to do duck lips. Like, duck lips was kind of above and beyond. Before doing the other research, and also like seeing him in other magazines and prints where, he was very, I'm the husky bad guy, or I'm the man of the hour every hour, things like that. I was like, why did we choose this photo? Especially with the African American man, especially during the month of February, where we deal with a lot of image issues with black men not being shown in their masculine light, not being shown as being present people, fathers, leaders, name it. Things like that. So kind of to see it on the front of an Ebony magazine, of course, Ebony, Jet, all things like that, staples of the African American community, of course, for African American print. To see probably the least masculine version of him of all the other prints that he had in the last few months, I thought was kind of I'm not gonna say ignorant, but I'd say it was kind of like we could have made a better choice. We could have shown him in a better light.
Okay.
Especially with the characters he's gonna play, where he's gotta be like tough guy, like you gotta be like big whatever. I mean, the dude's ripped out of his mind right now. Like we could have done things to kind of show him those masculine forms.
So let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Because I have been in arguments and all types of shit this past.
The funny part is earlier this week I had a different idea, and then like later that's funny because this conversation kind of changed a little bit. Because 2 days ago I thought about it one way, and now you're probably gonna ask your question. That's probably gonna change a little bit too. So I've actually thought about it more. Yeah.
So when you look at the word, because you mentioned the word masculinity, right? So when you look at that word specifically,
correct.
What defines masculinity? Not what society tells you. What does masculinity mean to you?
Oh man, I hate that. I don't want to say this in a non-political way.
No,
so
listen, this is our fucking show. We should have been canceled years ago. It's a free for all this point.
Masculinity to me, I would say you take it to the base word is like and is representative of a man, essentially being of manly, of being of God, I don't want to say masculine shit. Of being like a dominant male figure and showing that maleness.
So what does that look like?
It doesn't look one way, but I feel like over masculinity is generally very stereotypical. So I feel like you think of a stereotype of being like an overly masculine man. What the first thing I think of, lumberjack. I think of somebody out here fishing barehanded. I think of maybe hard working in a factory. Lifting heavy weights. Things like that. Very masculine things.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Same shoot.
Yes.
If the same shoot was done in black and white, how would you feel?
If the same pictures of
the exact same pictures, just black and white.
I still would have picked another one out of the shoot. For the front.
Okay.
I don't know. Black and white feathers is kind of wild.
The reason why I asked that question
no. I know where you're going. I like that.
I'll bring it back.
That's a fire point. I like that. But go ahead.
I'll bring it back to the main point, right? So those who are not familiar, this photo shoot, pink backdrop, pink aesthetic. Yeah. There was a lot of what Pete was saying, with a lot of Valentine's Day photos. He was in there with roses. He's in the whole nine.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked the question about the black and white picture, right? I think what we as a society define masculinity as has been derived down through social media, through different social platforms to say this is what a man should be and how they should be and how they should carry themselves. So I posed this question on my Facebook. How would you feel if the same exact shoot was done in black and white? The reason why I asked that question is when you look at majority of men's photo shoot, right? Whether you're looking at social media, Instagram, Facebook, Ebony Magazine, Jet Magazine, if they're putting someone bare chest, abs out, whatever, it's a lot of dark shot lighting. It's a lot of black and white pictures. Yep. It's a lot of sweat dripping off the body. Whatever you quote unquote, however you want to do it, whatever society, whatever society has defined as masculinity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I ask people that question, if how would you feel if it was black and white, I got a lot of responses like, I think that would actually be cool. I think that would have been a little bit better for maybe the aesthetic that they were going for. They would have still chose the same pictures, but the black and white would have came off a little easier from a social standpoint. Okay. So that's not me per se. I'm just going off of basically what like I said, I've been in conversations with multiple people.
Yeah.
The ironic part, and this is the part that I find funny, is as I'm reading Black Twitter, a lot of the conversations that I've had, right? A lot of the conversations, but Black Twitter is a place. If you're not on Black Twitter, get with that shit. A lot of the conversations that I've had more conversations with women than I've had with women. But if you see my Facebook,
they all said it's bad as hell.
If you,
they said they make whatever once.
If you see,
most of the people I talked to were like, we don't care what you
see my Facebook, my fucking thread on that picture is majority men. So to understand the amount of people I've talked to is definitely women more than men. You can kind of get the numbers go. When you talk to women, and the whole, how do you feel about him being emasculated? How do you feel about him with these certain poses and all that the case may be? Women don't give a fuck. Women don't see that shit, right? So women see this man who is completely fine with expressing himself, regardless of the color, regardless of the aesthetic, regardless of the posters, regardless of the poses, right? They see a man being able to express himself on this front form of a highly rated magazine, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
When you talk to, and then I talk to the men. I've talked to family members. I've talked to friends. I've talked to frat brothers. I've talked to Cheney alum, right? I've talked to a group of y'all motherfuckers. When I talk to the men, outside of this is why I wanted to put the anime aside, because a lot of the men who were for the shoot all watch anime, right? So,
the anime part brought up an interesting thing, and that's why I wanted you to. But I'll let you.
We'll get back to the anime.
But when you bring that part, I wanted you to bring that up because it was another thought process I had. There was like another level, and I don't want to go too deep. But at the same time, I'm like, no. This is what I first thought when somebody told me that. Yeah, go.
So when you subtract anime aside, a lot of the conversation that I had around that was, oh well, this isn't masculine, and I would never have my son, out here posting it in pink and this and that, and I'm like, and I remember specifically asking someone, since when has the color pink not been masculine?
I don't agree with that.
But I specifically asked that question. He has yet to respond to my post since I'm like, so if you're watching this episode, I need your fucking response.
But, I wear pink. No.
Oh yeah, but that's the part. Like some of those things is like a lot of and that's why I asked you about what does masculinity mean to you, right? Outside of using the word
get the picture up again. Get the picture. Real quick.
That's fine. Outside of
okay, I'm about to say something, but yeah, okay, gotcha.
So outside of using the word man, masculinity is really just how an individual expresses themselves. I can't not use the word man. So it has an individual expresses themselves in their most infamous way as a man, right?
Sure.
So as a man, if you decide to go up on this fucking shit and with the peace sign and post fucking duck lips, if that's your version of masculinity, why should I question that?
That's your perception. Sure.
Right. So that
what is a man? You can sit here and be like, what is a man to you? That could be a whole damn show.
Exactly.
A whole damn show.
Right. So that was my fucking threads have been wilding all week, but it's very funny. Now, when you introduce the anime aspect of this, first of all, anime or no anime, I didn't have an issue with the shoot. I thought the shoot was phenomenally done from the point of the interview.
Would you have picked that picture for the cover?
I don't give a fuck what picture was taken.
No, I'm saying as a creative mind. I'm saying if I said here's 8 photos or whatever many photos it was, would you pick that one?
If that was the best option, yeah. Out of all the pictures,
of the cover, I'm saying you.
No, personally, out of all the pictures that were shown, because when you look at out of all the pictures that were shown, this was the best one for the cover. Personally, this was the best one for the cover.
Okay.
That was just me.
I think the rose one was fire.
The rose one was fire, but I wouldn't have chose that for the cover. When you look at the actual interview itself, the interview wasn't around the Valentine's Day aesthetic. If I would
Oh no, but the cover is most magazines like the month for what it is.
Right, no, I get that part.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at the actual interview itself, because you said you read the interview. If you're looking at the actual interview itself, I would have not gone the roses. I would have still stuck with the same first picture interview. With the same shit that's in Uproar, with this nigga head cocked back, low-key posting fucking duck lips, with the shirt propped open with the fucking feather top, sitting on the couch. I would have still chose the same picture. Personally. So, I mean, that's just kind of, and this is.
Well, the funny part is my creative mind, like, and I kind of want to say, like, so my creative mind, boom. The reason why I said that too was because the title essentially was Hollywood's Most Wanted, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking about this person should be respected, this person be revered, things like that. So, generally, in something talking about being the most wanted, being the most prominent, being the top of the game, things like that, I want something that's going to be the most, like you're dominating, like essentially, and things like that. And I would say the reason why, so it wasn't just the pink. Like, I don't care about the pink part. I don't even care about the feather part, for honestly, because I think the jack's kind of hard. I ain't gonna hold you. I think it was the fact that, for example, there are things like he's in really bold shape, and he's sitting on the top of a couch. The jacket, his sleeves aren't through it. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, you could be like, for example, like, you have like, I mean, hell, you hit the gym. You know how you had a jacket, and that jacket hits your shoulders, hits the biceps. Yep. Like, you could have been like, this is my person, and I'm most wanted. You could have your arms crossed across with the jacket on. You could have the same jacket on, same pants, same shoes, all stuff like that. Sit on the couch, put your feet on the ground. Essentially, kind of like a thinking pose, kind of leaning forward, like, this is my game, this is my dominance. When you sit back, cross your leg, you have the jacket draped over your shoulders, it's kind of like, all right, somebody put this jacket on you. No. This is my jacket. I put it on. I put my sleeves through it. My muscles went through this shirt. The other pictures, for example, when he's holding his roses, me personally, creatively, if I'm writing the title, I'd be like, oh, this person deserves their flowers. Mm-hmm. Let me give them their flowers. Mm-hmm. Let me say, most wanted, give them flowers right now. Let me get them roses on. Valentine's Day is cute. So me as my creative, like, if I was a creative director, and again, I don't run Ebony Magazine. Clearly, they didn't hire me. I don't get paid for this. Mm-hmm. So they had somebody do that. That's fine. And then when they brought, like, this is the anime person, the part in from One Piece, correct? Mm-hmm. I don't want to say it wrong. Nope. The bull was a villain.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, I mean, you like anime, but you couldn't think of no positive, like, happy, I mean, I'm not saying a black person. I was, and I remember I told you my comment change, because you said, well, in that race, I mean, you could be da-da-da-da. I was like, you're right. That doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. But we couldn't pick a protagonist, a strong, and everybody don't gotta be Goku, nigga. Like, everybody don't be the Naruto, you know what I mean? Like, the comedy. Like, no, you can pick somebody who's not on the beaten path. Mm-hmm. I mean, we couldn't pick, like, a protagonist. We couldn't pick a winner. We couldn't pick somebody who's like, all the things that I read about this person. Again, I don't watch One Piece. That is not my thing. That is not my forte.
Yeah.
He's an evil anime character. He's a strong evil person. He's a strong villain. Hold on now. Hold on now. It's a black man who's doing his thing. Mm-hmm. He's not a villain to the people. He's a hero to my people. Mm-hmm. I want you to dress him like a hero. Mm-hmm. I want you to dress him like a strong. Boom. We are boy. That. Come on, man. So he cut up. Don't pause real quick. Don't cover up nothing.
I get you.
The abs out. Boom. He did a GQ magazine. Was it GQ like Men's Health?
Yep.
My man was out there in the boxer briefs with muscles on the muscles on the muscles with the muscles.
The masculinity.
No, but strong. Yep. You know what I mean? You want to be like me. You want to see this. I'm not covering up nothing. Pause again. This like we got the leg cover like. It gets me like sassy joint, like you know what I mean, so like a little bit.
Let me.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let me throw you a little curveball real quick. Ready?
Paul,
so you mentioned like some of the aesthetics in the picture, right?
Sure.
So the jacket, for instance,
jacket's hard.
The jacket's fire.
Well, put your sleeves to it.
You want to put your arms to it. You want to have the visual. You don't want to have the visual representation of it draped over your shoulders.
Who, you James Brown?
What happened with James Brown? What happened with Michael Jackson?
Whoa, hold on.
Michael Jackson had the cape. He had the cape thrown onto him a couple times, and I got the receipts for that. I'm like, hold on, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a Mike Jack guy. You know what I mean?
I got the receipts for that shit.
But James Brown,
he was known for that.
Hold on, wait. But when they put the cape
after
over James
the
Brown,
end of the fucking show,
right,
to show that I did that shit and I'm that fucking man.
Well, they had a person putting the cape on him.
Irregardless.
No, it was fire. Having the person come over. I picked that man up.
I get that part, but I'm going to. I'm going to based off of what you said, right? So that's draped off of over him.
So if that's your imagery of it, I like that idea because again, look, I had a couple of days to sit and really stare just artistically, societally, things like that. Give me my flowers, fire. Why don't you give him the roses then? Give them the roses like when they win the Kentucky Derby.
I mean, the only thing, if
you know what I'm saying, like
if
Drake
if you want to talk about aesthetic, the only thing I probably would have added, maybe the flowers at his feet. That's probably the only on the couch. That's probably the only thing I would have added to that picture.
But I think the only thing that threw it off though with the Drake though was also like, I like this really like this anime character. That's cool, but you don't like nobody else who's a winner. You don't like nobody else who's a protagonist.
So here's another point, right? So
but hold on, I know you better say the point. Okay. But also, when you say that, understand that you have a large basis of people. Remember, Ebony's not for young people.
Oh, I know.
My parents don't know who the fuck One Piece is.
Yep.
Keep it 1,000. My mom had, they don't die no more. I mean, my mom had Ebony come to the house. Jet, all that came to the house.
Well, that wasn't Ebony's idea. That was literally the photographer and the creative director's idea.
For Ebony,
yeah.
But that was for Ebony.
Yep.
What I'm saying is like so.
That all his shoots, if you look back, all his shoots are anime based.
Yeah, he did quite a few. Yeah. I did research.
Yep.
A lot of people on a lot of bases may not have that knowledge, and they're going off just this. Mm-hmm. They're going off just what they see.
Yep.
He's explaining this on Instagram.
Yep.
Something else, my mom, my daddy ain't gonna see that. They saw the Ebony cover in the grocery store and said, "I ain't wearing a flamingo jacket."
So to those
Elton John, you just gave me Elton John vibes. That's what it gave me.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, so I'm saying, like, to be fair.
Here's my last two points, right?
For sure,
for this. So one, those who are not familiar with the anime world, I get that part. I get the miss with the anime part. Maybe that should have been mentioned a little bit in the interview.
You're side by side.
Right. I get that part. Now, however, when you look at who this person is character-wise on the show specifically, yes, he played the role of a villain, but every villain and every hero has a backstory. This man that he is portraying is a philanthropist, was a doctor. I can run down the list of everything that he did.
So the dude
within
playing
the show.
fire.
Right. The dude he played, yes, in the point in
he
time.
got dirty.
In this point in time, he is a villain just due to certain circumstances because he had to become a villain to save certain people. But if you do the backstory, there's a little bit more. Now, to the villain aspect, this nigga played Kang, who's the fucking greatest villain in MCU history. This nigga is in Creed 3.
Not according to that last movie.
Listen. Well, he's better than Thanos. I'll tell you that. He's in Creed 3, who's the main villain in Creed 3. So you want to talk about the villain role? He's done 2 in this year alone. We can go back, right?
He should look crazy. Right?
So
if
you want to talk about villain roles, he's already embraced the villain role on the big screen itself, right?
Yeah.
the other part, and someone made this comment as well too. When you look at the overall aesthetic of the picture, and however you feel about how masculinity should be represented and how it shouldn't be represented, you like Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yeah, I do.
Find me a picture of Earth, Wind, and Fire that didn't have a very similar aesthetic. Find me one.
That's the 70s.
I don't give a fuck. You still listen to September. I don't care. So to wrap with my point, yes, masculinity is what you decide to define it as. And if you decide to define it as,
get that nigga lumberjack shirt. Shut the fuck up.
If you decide to define it as this man needs to be in black and white with sweat dripping off his body, abs shown, whatever the case may be, if that's your version of masculinity,
like a Lucky Day album cover.
Listen, by all means, that is completely fine. But understand some of the other details that, not even just the shoot, what masculinity entails, right? Because I don't define the same masculinity the same way Pete may, or the same way Rudy may, or the same way the next person may. Everybody defines whatever masculinity should be differently. So just understand that. That's all. All y'all motherfuckers is in my thread. Y'all ain't answer my shit, so we can finish having this conversation, because I'm ready.
I like that. I like that close, though.
You know what I mean?
I like that close.
So it was definitely a hot topic of conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Between Twitter, Black Twitter, and Instagram, I definitely wanted. I really wish Rudy was on this fucking show because he hasn't chimed into anything
because
at all.
He's going to have a blank stare when we talk about fashion.
I know.
He's going to stare at the same.
I know. But that's pretty much the biggest thing.
But if you're that goes right into suggestions.
Yes.
So what? So you suggest?
I suggest
feather jackets for everybody. I said red boots. He said feather jackets.
Listen,
joints.
I'm heavy on the cosplay. Y'all seen me over the years. If I can find a fucking pink feather shit by Halloween, I may pull up on some shit like this. Like fucking Doflamingo from One Piece, I may pull up on some shit like this, yo. But other recommendations. I know we'll get in.
We can't spoil it. We gotta wait.
We won't go too much in detail. But I definitely recommend you all see Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's the first official introduction of Kang. Of course, he was in Loki. He was in a couple other ones as well too. But this is the first one to kind of introduce him into the next wave of the Marvel Universe. Overall, if you didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp, then I get it. But if you saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, there was really no high hopes outside of Kang for this new movie. So the introduction of Kang was like, okay, here's the exclamation mark.
Here, let me help you for the regular people. Kang carried the movie. Okay?
That's literally
Don't see it. It sets it up. Kang carries the movie.
Kang is going to carry the next universe.
I'm not going to go deep into the plot because we'll wait a week and let them do their thing next week.
We'll wait till we talk again.
We room for everybody's black.
So okay. That's definitely one. Another one. That
was my main suggestion. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, there's not really anything major that's
there's
out right
music
now. Like,
coming. There's movie. Cocaine Bear.
There is we were talking about Cocaine Bear.
That's the movie of the year, bro.
I do want to see Cocaine Bear. It's on my list. I'm probably gonna go to movie theaters go see that shit this week. The other thing, one of the albums I'm looking forward to, fucking Black announced his fucking album's coming out the end of March. 6 Lack. Those who decide to say 6 on the shit. I'm looking forward to that shit he's releasing. I think it's March 23rd. So shit should definitely be fire. Yeah, like I don't really have anything else to say. Y'all know how I feel about Black. I've recommended him a few times. That is definitely top of the list there. Other shows, y'all know I'm still heavy on this fucking One Piece shit, man. There's so many episodes. But any of my anime fans that have watched, Naruto, Boruto, the whole 9, y'all know how this shit is. We go through from kid version through adulthood, through then and so on and so forth. I would say One Piece is definitely one of my top of the list anime. So if you're not on the wave, get on that shit now because they're releasing new episodes for the new year. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's any other new music. I haven't listened to anything new, like, to be real with y'all. I know there is some new Afrobeats that is dropping. Let me think. I know that was it Thames? I think Thames has a new. I don't think it's gonna be a full album. Her EP should be dropping soon. I don't have a specific date on that. I know I saw it pop up on Apple Music recently. As far as I'm trying to think anything new, this is that lull time of the year that if you're not talking about fashion or sneakers or anything like that, there really isn't anything I can recommend you. I still say this is probably the least favorite February of sneaker releases that I've ever been accustomed to.
Well, we usually have All-Star Weekend. Right?
Well, and the All-Star sneakers are usually fire. Black History Month line is usually fire.
The Laney ones were the only ones I dropped.
Yeah, this is probably the first February sneaker release that we've had in a while. Normally February is the hottest month for sneaker drops. So, yeah, I don't really know what the fuck Nike's doing right now, but they gonna figure this shit out. What you got, brother? What you watching? What you listening to?
Yeah, so I don't have a ton of stuff. I was kind of spending the block on stuff. I finished, I think I said last week, I finished Ozark. Ozark was fire. Oh, no, I finished Ozark this week.
Okay.
Ozark was lit. If you never watched it, it actually ended really, really dope. I didn't really know how it was going to end. That was dope. Went back and finished the Bernie Madoff special, which was wild what he did with y'all's money. That's terrible, but I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, it is what it is. Abbott Elementary, if you have not been watching it, Abbott Elementary's been coming out every single week. It's just a really good show. I feel like it's kind of stepped up like that second season, kind of building out characters a little bit more. The humor's still there. I think it's Dan, of course, and it's also based in Philly, so that's kind of cool. Okay. The Upshaws came out with a new season. I don't know if you guys saw that with Wanda Sykes, Mike Epps. Mm-hmm. That's all on Netflix, so I've been watching that a little bit. Clearly, I bring all the comedy stuff in here. What was I trying to think? I think there's something else I did watch this week. We talked about the movie. I actually went to that. I will probably go see Cocaine Bear. I will actually spend American dollars to go see that in person. Which I think
I do want to see that shit.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, man. Outside of that, I don't have a lot of other suggestions. I'm trying to think of any of the music that came out on his last week. Please hold, because I went back to God Did. After the show, I was kind of listening to that again. Nav was in the city, so I was listening to his music. He was in the city.
I've listened to a lot of Nav. Well, I haven't specifically listened. He's been popping up in my shuffle a lot recently, and I'm a big Nav fan as well too.
Did you go see him in concert?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah.
I do want to see Masego. Masego comes to the city in a couple weeks. I do want to go see
him. We can suggest y'all plan out y'all summer and the spring, because there's a lot of people coming to the city. A lot
of festivals,
There's a lot of tours, and we all have regular jobs, so we have to make life decisions to travel, see people perform,
yes,
things like that. There is a Metro Boomin. The Heroes and Villains. Remember, you're supposed to have a Heroes version.
It's like the villain version right now, right?
The villains version coming out was basically just like Chopped, Not Screwed. If you're into that, kind of cadence of the music, which is kind of cool. Sometimes they kind of remix some of the songs, kind of making different things. I don't have anything super crazy on my radar right now that I'm looking for or waiting for.
Okay.
Someone's dropping out. I'm gonna remember this once we're done recording. I know that's how.
That's usually how it goes.
Remember this when I'm done recording. So.
Hey man, yeah. It's all good, brother. And listen, we appreciate y'all. As we said, 7K plus subscribers on Buzzsprout, and that's all because of y'all.
7.
We appreciate
y'all. Not L7 weenies.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got us to the 7K plus, man. We try to hit that 10K mark, man. That's the next wave.
Yep.
We got a lot of shit in store. The great minds are thinking, trying to get y'all more visuals, trying to get us actually like a nice little 360 deal with some merch. Trying to get some
360 deal.
Listen, we trying to get some shit popping, man. We got some great minds on this shit. We trying to bring y'all more entertainment. I know y'all like listening to us and y'all be cracking up. The biggest thing we can ask is tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, like, comment, and subscribe.
For sure.
As we say each and every week, SOS, share our shit.
Yo, support is freebie. We are nothing without you guys. More importantly, though,
yes, sir.
As we continue to go along with this, so say any suggestion you guys have. We've had guests on the show. We've had people pop on. But also, if you have ideas, you have topics that came up. Also, what do you think of it? How can we be better? What's going on?
Listen, no, the whole point of this show was to really give y'all the barbershop talk.
That's a lie.
And
the whole point of this show was we were bored during the pandemic.
The barbershop talk was for y'all to come on here and just talk the shit. Like, when you go into the barbershop and y'all...
Or the hair salon.
Or the hair salon, right? And y'all just be talking the shit. Y'all just be shooting the shit, talking about current events, talking about government, talking about sports. Like, that's what we wanted to bring y'all on the vibes. So I know there may be some topics that we may not discuss that y'all want to hear, right? So come on the show with us. Come talk y'all shit.
Their review,
right? Like we always like to hear from other perspectives. I know sometimes we talk about what's pertaining to men, what's pertaining to women. Sometimes y'all want to hear our voice. Sometimes we need y'all voices to come.
Maybe you like pink feather jackets.
Maybe you do. Come on the show. Come let us know. Come talk about it. You know what I mean? But again, man, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sliding with us each and every Wednesday for the Shape Up, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. New episode drops every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, man.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Rudy will more than likely be on the show with us next week. Brother, we appreciate you. Bring your talk track. We holla at y'all.
That's a fact.
And, yeah, unless you got anything else for the people.
Nope.
Well, just like that, we gone. We out.
Flip side. I couldn't think anymore.
Yeah.
I was
I think this liquor done hit my system to a certain point where I'm like, I'm not really thinking.
Oh no, I just feel like racehorse.